Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Lands of Amazement, which is designed by one of my favorite designers, Scott Almes. He designed a lot of Button Shy games and has designed the Tiny Epic line, which I love. So I really love Scott Almes. I think he's a great designer, so I was super excited to see this. This is a prototype, and this is going to be published by Button Shy Games. We have the Kickstarter link in the description below if you're looking at backing this project. Now, in this game, you're going to be developing a mega park. You're going to go through a portfolio phase where you're going to show how you have designed other parks and gain cards by doing this. And you're going to use those cards to develop your mega park, which is where the scoring happens. You're going to try to have the lowest score possible. If you get a 0, it's perfect and you become a visionary. But you're trying to get the lowest score possible. Let's go ahead down the table here. I'm going to show you how to play Lands of Amazement, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is Lands of Amazement by Button Shy Games, and this is actually going to be designed by one of my favorite designers, Scott Almes. You may know him from the Tiny Epic line games, but he has designed a lot of Button Shy games also, and this is one of them. This game here, you're going to be trying to complete a mega park. And you're going to be trying to gain cards to be able to complete said mega park. And there's 3 cards in this game here with mega parks, and they're double-sided. To start the game, you're going to shuffle these decks or shuffle these cards, and then you're going to pick a mega park. So make sure you flip them or whatever, but because they're double-sided. But you get a random mega park, or you can just go through the series of mega parks and go through the other series of mega parks. The most important part of these is your portfolio. This is what you're going to be using to gain your cards to be able to complete this mega park. And you're going to try to complete this pattern perfectly to score the most points, and you only want to have these icons present in your park and no other icons. So we're going to go over 4 rounds to gain these cards, and this is going to be the portfolio round, and then we're going to go in after the portfolio round and then finish our portfolio phase, and then we're going to finish our mega park. So for the rest of the setup, we're going to shuffle this deck of cards here, and we're going to place 1 card here covering the word portfolio to show we're on round 1. Then we're going to take 4 cards out to make a deck, and then we're going to, evenly as possible, which there'll be 1 more in one of these, set out so we have 3 different parks that we can construct over the rounds here. Now, we're going to, this is round 1, so we're going to be looking for the cards with this purple target on it. And these are cards that we can reserve for creating the mega park after our round. So we have 4 cards here to start, and then we're going to be able to use these 4 cards to be able to complete one of these to get them into our discard pile so we can get them towards creating this mega park. Now we're going to try to create these patterns for each of these ones, and if we complete the pattern perfectly with nothing straying, we get to do these actions too. So this one says take the top card of another stack and use it to create a new stack. Or like start a new park with this card. So we're going to flip our card over, and we have 2 different stacks we can use. We have this and we have this. These are 2 different shapes that we can use. We're trying to use these shapes to complete these patterns. And this one looks pretty easy to complete, so we have that there. I'm going to flip another one, and I can pick where I want to use this one. And when you place them here, they can't be moved to other parks, but you can mix and match these to create what you need to. So this one here, I'm going to we'll place this one. I don't think this is going to be really helpful in this section, so we'll place that one here. Then we got another one. This one is pretty darn good, but we're going to use it over here. We got our final card, and we haven't completed a single one by this round, so we're going to need to complete it with this one. So how can we complete what we need to with this? That won't do it. This won't do it. Can I complete anything with this? So here, so we could complete this one. So say I'm doing this one here. So I could do this and complete this one. But notice how I went one over. So I don't get to get this card's action, but I complete this card. And we're done with this round. Now I get to reserve as many cards as I want that have this symbol. Now I probably want to keep 4 cards around to be able to build for the next round. And I'm going to probably pick this one since I have the bullets and I have the hot dogs in here. So I'll place that here and I'll move this down a marker. I'll take my discard pile and I'll go ahead and shuffle it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start again. All right, so let's see what parks I can build. I'm probably looking for these teddy bears is what I'm looking for. I don't have any with teddy bears out, but I have this one here that I could maybe get in there. This one might work for this one. And then I have this card. Oh, look, that is pretty darn perfect. So I perfectly match this. It says discard the topmost reserve card, then reserve this card. So I can discard this card, goes in my discard pile. Then this card gets reserved, and these cards go into my discard. I have 2 cards left, and I can try to finish another park. This one here is pretty good. I need these, so I don't know if I can finish that. Let's see. Also, it's really good to remember what the heck you had. Oh, darn it. I think I might be able to do that one. We'll see. No. Still messing this one up. So I could do something like that, but I don't quite make it. So these get in the discard pile. And I can reserve 1 or more cards here with those little teddy bears on it. I'll go ahead and reserve this one. So I still have 4 cards left. We're going to go to round 3. Now in round 3, I'm looking for hot dogs and those targets. So I'll shuffle this up, and then I'll flip a card. And what can help me at the end of the park phase here? I sort of like this one a lot, but I have been failing on being able to finish that one. This, I think, you know what, I'm going to keep trying this one. And then, can I use this? You know what? We'll put it here. And then, can I do that? So if I go like... Yeah, so the problem is like getting these lined up is really hard. We'll put it here. What's this last one? Am I really messed up that much that I can't do anything? Wow. I am really bad at this. All right, so I have this one here. Can I do anything with this? I could place this like this and place this here. That's way overkilling this, so I don't get the bonus, but I do get the card. So now I can reserve a card. We're going to go ahead and we'll reserve. Can't reserve that one. Now, if I have no symbols that match it, I can pick one to reserve. I have to reserve at least 1 card. Just so you know, I think we're going to go with this one. And we'll go ahead, and now we're at round 4, which is the final round. Now, I'll shuffle these up, and I need to try to finish one of these. We're looking for the trumpets or the staircase or both. So I get this one, or this is the rides. This is music. What can we put this in? You know what? I need stray pieces for this bottom one. So we're going to try to get this one. And then, can I finish this in any way? So this could go here. And here, it's almost done. Let's see what else we got. Wow, I sort of think that I should be able to finish these things. You know what? We're going to put it in here and this one in here. So we're going to figure this thing out with this. So I have nothing that really works really well with this. We have a lot of these things. So there's the whole, this is only 3 high. So I could do something like that. And then 2 high, but I have a hole. Wow. So this also sort of completes what I need, except for, go like this. Still too high, but it does complete it. So I can get this card now. Now I can reserve as many as I want, as long as it has one of those 2 symbols on it. So I can go ahead and just reserve these. And then we're going to discard all the remaining cards. I can go out of the game, and we're trying to make that. So we can use all these cards here to try to figure it out. And we're trying not to include any symbols that don't belong in this park. So maybe we'll start here. So that one's pretty good. Do I have any square ones? And I do need these. So that's good. So we can start moving down here. I need hot dogs. Need a bunch of straight pieces, though. This straight piece would do better here. So I wonder if that would be good. Okay, so this brought us over here. So I have a good L shape there. That would work. That'd be great, but I don't think I do. This is what I got here. We could start it off here. So now we have our gap. And now we just need to finish this portion on here. Do I have anything that's not in this portfolio? No. So that's good so far. This one will work like this. And then we have one hole to fill. Without causing too much trouble. These guys are really killing me, these things here. This would finish it, but we'd lose a point. This gap would be good normally, but it's not going to work in this case. Or will it? What if we did something like... What if we did something like that? Does that help us out at all? So here's our shape. We still need one hole here. And now that's one hole. I think we're better off before. What about this guy? That guy might work. What if we did? What if we didn't put this here? We didn't put this here. Okay. So we have this going like this. And then what if we put this in here? So let's see what our shape looks like. I think we're a little off now. So let's say we need to do this. So we'll go ahead and put this here. So that starts it. We still have that gap. What if we put this here, put this here? So now we have that, right? Then we need to go down, so we have that. Then we need to go across, so we have this. And then we need to go back up. Which I think it's accomplished by that. So that's it. So now we score. So we made our shape and we score. So there's a couple different things. We're trying to get a 0 score on here. So the higher the score, the worse that you did. So we get 2 points for each empty square in the plan that was not filled with an icon. In this case, we perfectly filled it, so we didn't lose any we didn't gain any points. We get +1 point for each icon in your park that is not present in the plan. So we have these rides, they're in there. We have the music, which is here. We have the games, which is here. We have the food, which is here. We don't have any icons that don't exist in there. And then +1 point for each icon in the portfolio that is missing in your park. So we have 1, 2, 3 of the games, and we only have 2, so we're going to have 1 point. We need 2 bears. We have more than 2 bears. We need 1 food. We have more than 1 food. And we need 1 ride. We have more than 1 ride. And we need 3 music. We have 3 music. So we ended up with 1 point. So that 1 point will mean that we are at the imaginative designer. If we had 0, it would be the visionary, and that's the best score that you can get. So that's going to be how you play Lands of Amazement. Let's go ahead, back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. All right, so as you've seen, that is a playthrough of Lands of Amazement and how you play it. Now, as a note, this is going to Kickstarter, so all these rules can be subject to change, cards can be subject to change, but that should give you a general idea how everything works for this game. Component quality is going to be great, just like any of the other Button Shy games. I have a prototype, but they all have the same great card quality, and they come with this really cool wallet that they store the game in. The gameplay itself is really addicting for this. You have 6 different mega parks that you can make with different portfolios. It says to randomly flip these, but what I really enjoyed doing was I actually just went through all 6. So you just go through each and play through the game. Trying to trigger those abilities on those in the portfolio phase to help you out is really, really good. And not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do, especially since you're randomly pulling out these polynomial pieces that you're going to have to fit to make these designs. So there's a lot of thought that you're going to have to put through this, and a lot of memory on what you had before. And you have all these unique decisions that you need to make on each round of which ones you're going to put back in to be for part of the portfolio for you to finish the round with, and which ones you're going to hold on to be able to finish more cards. So a lot of really cool thought in it. A lot of really cool decisions you can make in the game, and overall this is a very fun solo game, really easy to play, really easy to get into. So this is a game you can just put in your wallet and play when you're bored at a restaurant or waiting for something. Doesn't take up a ton of table space, just really great for that. So this is a really nice solo game that is very simple and easy to teach. And that's my thoughts on it. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. It helps us get more content out to you all and all that fun stuff. But either way, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.